In just 4 hours, a deep-sea fishing vessel can pull up 2,000 giant lobsters from depths of up to 300 meters, where the pressure is 10 to 30 times greater than at the surface, and any mistake is costly. Each steel lobster pot weighs 70 to 100 kilograms when empty, but when filled with mud and lobsters, it can exceed 150 kilograms. It is lifted using a winch system capable of handling tons of weight. A slight misstep or slip of the hand is enough to cause a serious accident. These 3 catches are valued at between $350,000 and $600,000, a figure that can determine the entire fishing season. But most of that money doesn't go to the people standing on the deck. What they received was risk, time pressure, and each steel cage being pulled up under unpredictable conditions. Let's dive deep to the seabed and discover how they harvest 2,000 giant lobsters in a single net. In a large-scale harvest, the number of lobsters pulled up can reach thousands. With peak production trips, just one trawl haul can determine the economic viability of the entire fishing season. The commercial value of lobsters is not calculated simply by quantity. It depends directly on the size of each individual and its condition when brought onto the ship. The larger, healthier, and more alive the lobster, the higher its value. Frozen lobsters offer longer shelf life, but at the cost of significantly reduced commercial value. Lobsters are one of the largest and most valuable crustaceans living on the seabed. Their bodies are covered by a thick, hard shell, which helps protect them from impacts and environmental pressure at deep depths. The larger the size, the higher the meat yield, and the greater the commercial value. Unlike many other seafood species, lobsters have a slow growth rate. They must undergo many years of continuous molting to reach commercial size. The long life cycle makes lobster populations particularly vulnerable to overfishing. This combination of slow growth, harsh living conditions, and high harvesting costs has propelled lobsters into the premium seafood category globally. Lobsters primarily live in cold seabed areas where light barely reaches. They often congregate in areas with complex terrain, numerous rocky crevices and reefs, providing them with hiding places and opportunities to feed. Depth is a key factor shaping the habitat of lobsters. The majority of populations are found at depths ranging from a few tens to a few hundred meters, where water temperatures remain consistently low and stable. Cold temperatures slow down metabolism, prolonging growth time and directly affecting meat texture. Rocky seabeds with little mud encourage shrimp to move more, resulting in firmer and more flavorful meat. The combination of depth, temperature, and seabed topography creates significant differences in lobster quality between fishing grounds. Therefore, choosing the right fishing area is also very important. The vessels involved in lobster fishing are not designed for conventional fishing. They are specialized mechanized platforms, optimized for working with heavy loads and continuous operating cycles. The ship's deck was reinforced to withstand the weight of hundreds of traps simultaneously. Heavy cranes and winches were used to lift the massive steel blocks from the deep seabed to the surface, even in unstable sea conditions. Even a small operational error can cause equipment damage or serious accidents. In this profession, machines generate power, but human experience determines safety and efficiency. The giant lobster traps are not ordinary fishing gear. They are specially designed to work for extended periods at the bottom of the deep sea, in a high-pressure environment and under constant impact. Cage structures are typically made from steel or a high-strength alloy, heavy enough not to be swept away by the current. The weight of each cage increases significantly when combined with bait, bottom mud, and attached organisms after soaking. Once the cage deployment process begins, the entire strategy of the trip is put into practice. Hundreds of trap cages are deployed in areas identified as having the highest concentration of lobsters. The placement of cages is not based on intuition. It is the result of experience accumulated over many fishing seasons, combined with data on seabed topography and currents. After being lowered, the trap enters the soaking phase. This is the crucial period that determines whether or not the lobsters will find the bait. Strong currents can disperse the bait scent faster, but can also cause the trap to shift. Soaking for too long increases the risk of weather damage, cage loss, and quality degradation. During this stage, time is not just a number. It is a strategic decision that can determine the success or failure of the entire trip. When the cage retrieval process begins, all previous calculations are put to the test. The heavy cages are pulled up from the seabed under constantly changing wave conditions. Each cage retrieval has an unpredictable outcome. As soon as the cages are opened, the lobsters are dumped onto the deck and immediately sorted. This process is quick, but requires absolute precision. Each individual is checked for size, sex, and condition, according to harvesting regulations. When the ship leaves the fishing grounds, the journey is not yet over. Live lobsters must be transported quickly to the processing plant or distribution center. Transportation time and storage conditions directly affect product quality. At the factory, the lobsters are manually sorted one more time based on size and quality. This step ensures uniformity before processing. The precision of each cut determines how much meat is retained. After initial processing, the lobsters are moved to the cooking stage. Boiling or steaming is done immediately to preserve the natural flavor and texture of the meat. This is followed by a rapid freezing process. These steps help lock in freshness and prevent quality degradation during long-term storage. Finally, the product is packaged in various forms. Whole lobsters, lobster tails, or processed products. From here, the lobsters leave the factory and enter the global market, completing their journey from the deep sea to the dinner table. From the frigid ocean floor to the high-end dining table, each lobster carries with it the cost, technology, and risk involved. Its value lies not only in its flavor, but also in the decisions made out at sea. Have you ever eaten lobster? Is that price worth the journey you just witnessed? In your opinion, is harvesting thousands of lobsters in one go efficient exploitation or excessive pressure on the ocean? And what would you like the Discover to explore next? Please leave your thoughts.